USA Wrestling has seen unprecedented success in recent years. The talent is as rich as it's ever been. Many of today's stars are already legends. For the first time ever, Flowrestling is counting down the top 100 American wrestlers of all time. To help us in this journey, we're visiting the greatest wrestling museums in the country. Where does your favorite wrestler land? Tune in each week as we get to number 1.
Carlton McCoy, one of the all-time greats in U.S. heavyweight history. He was a 2-time NCAA champion for Penn State. He was a 3-time All-American for the Nittany Lions.
Over the course of the next 3 seasons at Penn State, he only lost 1 match. Went first, third, and then first in his senior season, and then he capped it off with an incredible international career.
McCoy was a member of 6 World and Olympic teams. He wrestled in the Olympic Games in 2000 in Sydney and 2004 in Athens, Greece. In 1998, McCoy won the world semifinal match to put him in the gold medal match. And like they used to do back in the old day, they went into the back room, changed it, and determined that he lost. McCoy had an opportunity to be world champion in 98. That was taken from him. He did bounce back, however, and in 2003, Carlton McCoy earned a silver medal at the World Championships. Bill Zadick was a 4-time undefeated high school state champion who made the trek from Montana to Iowa to wrestle for Coach Dan Gable. While in Iowa City, he was a 2-time All-American, winning an NCAA title in 1996. 5 years later, he made his first world team in 2001.
The critics said that Bill Zadick was washed up at least twice by the time he made the 2006 World Championship team. Bill Zadick happened to prove the critics wrong. He won the 2006 World Championships at the age of 33. Think about all the good American wrestlers that came out of the United States in the 66-kilogram weight class during this era. Kerry Collat, Chris Bono, Jamil Kelly, Doug Schwab, but only one has a world or Olympic title, and that's Bill Zadick.
A Greco legend in the United States of America and the current national team coach for Greco-Roman wrestling, Matt Lindland. He was a 5-time world and Olympic team member for the United States, making world teams from 97 to 99 before breaking through in 2000 and 2001.
Who cares if Matt Lindland entered the 1993 NCAA Championships as the top seed with an undefeated record? And who cares that he lost in the first round? Matt Lindland had bigger and better things on the Greco-Roman scene, and that translated for Matt Lindland into a silver medal at the 2000 Olympic Games, and then the next year he bumped up a full weight class in 2001 and bagged another silver. Wrestle Fred Fozzard at your own peril. At the age of 2, Fozzard contracted polio, which affected the right side of his arm, so it was deformed. And if you thought you were going to win matches easy against Fozzard, you were going to be sorely mistaken.
Fozzard was a 3-time NCAA All-American and NCAA champion for the Oklahoma State Cowboys back in the day when they only had 3 years of eligibility. And he broke ground. Up until 1969, no American had ever won a world title. And that changed when Oregon natives Fred Fozzard and Rick Sanders both won world titles.
Dennis Koslowski didn't win a state wrestling championship in high school, even though he placed 3rd twice. That translated into going to Minnesota Morris, where he was a 2-time Division III NCAA champion. He had never wrestled in Greco-Roman until after graduation.
Dennis Koslowski was a force to be reckoned with in Greco-Roman inside the United States of America. He was a 7-time World and Olympic team member, the first Greco-Roman wrestler to place in 2 Olympics, taking a bronze in 1988 and a silver in 1992.
He was the first Olympic medalist in a fully contested Olympic Games.
Add on a silver at the 1987 World Championships. He is a 3-time World and Olympic medalist.
Dennis Koslowski, unique career that yielded unique results.
Banach is one half of 4 sets of brothers to make this list. He wrestled for the Iowa Hawkeyes in the early 1980s, where he was a 3-time All-American and a 2-time NCAA champion, winning national titles in 1981 and 1983. He followed up just 1 year after graduating college to be a 1984 Olympic gold medalist.
If you needed someone to come through in the clutch, Lou Banach was your guy. You want proof? 1981 NCAA championships in the finals. He pins 5-time world and Olympic champion Bruce Baumgartner. 1983, he pinned Wayne Cole. Lou Banach would throw, he would have shots. Lou Banach was one of the most dynamic heavyweights in our sports history. If the meat was on the line, there was nobody better than the dynamic Lou Banach.
Nate Carr has wrestling in his blood.
Here's a guy who had 15 brothers and sisters, so you know he was going to be tough. 5 of those ended up being All-Americans, but Nate Carr was the cream of the crop.
Nate himself was a 3-time NCAA champion for the Cyclones, just the second 3-timer ever for Iowa State. Nate also made world teams in 1983 and 1990, and in 1988, Nate Carr won a bronze medal at the Olympics, only losing to Arsen Fedzayev, the 8-time world and Olympic champion from the Soviet Union.
Nate Carr loved to talk smack, namely with Kenny Monday, who was his biggest rival through college. Monday would get the big 8s, Carr would get him back at the NCAA championship. In the end, in college, Nate Carr got the best of Kenny Monday.
Bill Smith was undefeated as a college wrestler. He was a 2-time NCAA champion at Iowa State Teachers College. He was also a part of the 1950 NCAA championship team. But misfortune kind of plagued the career of Bill Smith. He was unable to compete his senior year of college due to strict eligibility rules.
1952 Olympics, he actually lost a match, so when it was time for the medal ceremony, he took his place on the 3rd place stoop on the podium. The official pointed him to the top spot and said, "You actually won an Olympic gold medal." He was unfamiliar with the rules at the time. Imagine the surprise that Bill Smith had to know that he was an Olympic gold medalist, thinking that he won a bronze medal.
We're going to skip ahead to 1956, the next Olympic year. He goes and pins Danny Hodge in the Olympic trials.
Makes the Olympic team, but can't wrestle at the Olympics because of the strict amateur rules in place at the time. Regardless, Bill Smith carved his legacy out, undefeated college wrestler, Olympic gold medalist.
Sarah Hildebrandt finds her way onto this list as our next wrestler. Just as it seemed like her career was really starting to pick up some momentum, she was sidelined with a nasty injury. She stuck around, overcome adversity, and just 1 year later, Sarah found herself in the finals of the World Championships where she brought home a silver medal.
No one's done it quite like Sarah Hildebrandt. Most people move up in weight class. Sarah Hildebrandt actually moved down. Started at 55 kilos, moved down to 53 kilograms, where she got a world silver medal. Then she moved down to 50 kilograms, won a bronze medal at the 2020 Olympic Games, and then a silver medal at the 2021 World Championships.
As it stands, Sarah Hildebrandt finds herself as one of the all-time U.S. greats.
Doug Blubaugh, you see these big Coke bottle glasses? Well, he couldn't see very well, but that really didn't matter because that meant he was going to keep you very close when he was wrestling against you.
He was a 3-time NCAA All-American and a national champion at Oklahoma State, going 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. And in 1960, he went out to Rome, won the Olympic Games,
went undefeated, was getting throttled by Mali Habibi of Iran, a 4-time world champion, reversed him to his back and pulled one of the most dramatic upsets in American history. And it landed him a spot in the top 100.
That's it for this round. Stay tuned next week to see who makes the cut.